cheese. All right, and welcome back to That's Some Cheese, part of the Vendetta Sports Podcast Network. Today is Monday, October 11th, 2021. And today we have the final person of our hockey little trio here, Gavin Daly. What's going on? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I was doing
You're
excellent.
telling me
My Sunday was excellent. A little bit. A little bit. How's Courtney doing?
Well, since you're already pissed off, I'll just go ahead and do this then.
Oh. Was that your big surprise?
Number 8, Jackson, baby.
Was that your big
Lamar
surprise?
Jackson, baby. Woo! Let's go. Yeah. I knew it'd piss you off.
Yeah, you said it was going to be something that's fireable.
I thought it might be. Your hatred for that guy is unbelievable.
I can't stand him. But, I mean, come on, fireable?
We'll see. I'm gonna wear it for the whole show.
That's
we'll
fine.
See if we get pissed off.
I mean, there's been a lot of instances that are way more fireable than that, and I didn't fire anybody for that. So, how's Courtney doing?
That's true.
I'm dealing with snow, but I'm good.
It's snowing there?
Yes, it's snowing.
Really? Are you ready to see Trey on Friday?
Yeah, I am.
Mm.
I am. It'll be late, but are you excited to go to Vegas?
I'm very excited.
Okay.
I think Gavin should come for at least 2 days.
It's still possible. That's all I will say. It's still possible.
I think it needs to happen.
It all depends on how the job search goes.
All right. Are you going to actually update me, or are you just going to be like, oh, I can't come?
No. So I have a couple of interviews this week.
Okay.
So fingers crossed I'll know something by Friday.
Okay. That sounds good. Do we want to address the situation in the NBA chat or no?
I just caught the end of it, but I know someone pissed you off.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll have to see it because I'm not 100% sure what's going on.
Sure. I don't think it would be right if I didn't say anything about it.
I think it's got something to do with Boston Celtics, right?
Not really. It doesn't have anything to do with the Celtics. I just think that the line of stick to sports is just totally disrespectful. Whether it be to anybody. If I said it to you, if I said it to anybody. The line of stick to sports at this company, no. You can't say that to me. I think it's disrespectful.
I don't know if I told you before, Trey, about why I hate the Steelers so much.
Wait, what'd you say? Hate who?
Hate the Steelers so much.
Oh, okay.
Hating the Steelers is probably why I like the Ravens so much. I'll be totally honest with you, because I am not a football guy really at all. But my hate for the Steelers is probably why I like the Ravens, and I'll cheer for the Ravens.
Is it because of the Tanimals? The Tanimals pushed you over the edge.
It was long before that. I was working one day, and it was the Pittsburgh Green Bay Super Bowl final.
Okay.
And I had to work, and I was checking out a guy who was decked head to toe in Steelers gear, and he turned and said, "Are you gonna watch the game later?" And I'm like, "No, I have to work. You know, I'm working till late, but I'm not really into American football anyways, so it doesn't really bother me. Like I don't think I'm missing out on anything." Well, he took, I think, offense to the fact that I called it American football and heard the accent and told me to fuck off home and watch soccer. At which
Disrespectful.
Point okay, I will.
Disrespectful.
So
That is disrespectful.
that is why I hate the Steelers.
Disrespectful. I don't know. I just found it really, really funny that I'm somehow the hockey expert being told to stick to hockey after 1 year of watching hockey. I just find that weird.
Why
We
you
haven't
call
even
Kyrie a
taken into the
crackhead?
NHL team yet.
Wait, what?
We haven't even
So-
taken you into the NHL team yet.
Yeah, so how am I supposed to stick to hockey if I can't even be allowed into the hockey team?
I don't know.
That's weird. It's also weird that prior to 2 weeks ago, Our best NBA person, Jared Prosser, refused to do any content with anybody other than Trey.
That's because one, you're good and you know what you're talking about, and two, you're fun to talk to.
I also find it really weird, really weird that I used to work at a scouting company, and during the pandemic, there was no minor league baseball season, so they reassigned me to an NBA scout. So I technically, if I want to, can put on my resume video NBA scout. So I just find that really weird that I would not know anything about basketball.
So I've said this to you before, Trey. Like, no offense to any of the podcasts that go out. I'm sure they're great and they all have their own market and fantastic. Go for it. But the only one I watch is a show, and like I'll watch like if you do the NBA shorts with Prosser, I'll watch that because the 2 years when you're talking, you know what you're talking about, and that comes across you know what you're talking about. But also to someone who does not probably know the first thing about basketball, you can still relate to it.
That's the goal.
So for me, that's why I watched those ones. But I'll be honest. Jackson's gonna hate me. I don't watch any of the podcasts from the network anymore. I've been too busy. Maybe I'm not so busy. I will. I'll try and make a concerted effort to do that, but I've just been too busy. Like if I get to watch Cheese all the way through in one go, that's a bonus.
I appreciate that.
Circle heart.
It's a good heart. Do we have any specific company stuff you want to talk about before we get into hockey?
Any specific what?
Company stuff. Anything going around the company?
Again, you're gonna hate me. I put my Slack notifications on pause for a day at a time because
I don't blame you.
When I'm in work and my Slack's going off, I can't. I'm trying to deal with people who don't have to do their jobs and trying to make sure that I don't lose my shit with them completely. So I'll normally put it on pause, and then when I get a chance to, either during a break, during a lunch, when I get home, I'll read the ones that I know I need to read. So I'll read the random chat to see because normally that's where all the fun is. I'll read the general chat because normally that's where
the only one you have to read.
Company thing. And then I'll read the NHL ones just to see what's being done, where we're at. But the rest of them, like again, when I get a chance, I'll go into them. But there's been times I've gone in there and there's been like 400 and something unread messages.
You only have to read the general chat. Other than that, I mean, you don't have to keep up with anything else. I think we lost them though.
Yeah, we did.
But yeah, you could have, but yeah, that's the only ones I read. Like, again, Jackson's gonna kill me.
Your internet stinks.
Public enemy number one. My internet?
I think it's your internet.
Probably my internet.
Yeah. Courtney, what are you drinking?
Pineapple.
Is that a Smirnoff Ice?
Can we show this?
Oh. So you're doing a little wine action.
Dude. They're good. This is my day off. I'm enjoying it.
I don't blame you. I'm going to be fucking trashed for 2 weeks straight. Coming up.
I'm a red wine type of person.
Yeah, so am I. I like red wine.
Yeah.
Courtney, any company stuff that we have to talk about before we do hockey?
No. It's been chill lately. Till today, what's going on with that.
Has it been chill?
As far as like big stuff going on.
I kind of yelled at some people in the random the other day.
I do have something. What's going on with the social media?
It stinks. It's terrible. Like we have 3 social media people. I mean, there's maybe 10 posts that go out a day. They got to do more than just post the articles.
Yeah, you'll put something on there and it'll be like hours before you see anything.
Terrible.
If it's breaking news, then you're screwed. You're done.
I mean, they didn't even post your the sexiest man article. They didn't even post it.
No.
Awful.
Who's the head of that team?
Emma Brown.
I'm just kidding. Emma's awesome.
I told Emma Brown I'd take her out to eat and go to an Islanders game or something. I'm a big fan of Emma Brown.
Set her up with some hockey guys.
I tried to. Apparently, Jason Robertson wasn't good enough.
He hasn't got money yet, Trey.
I mean,
relatively new.
It's still decent money.
You gotta get someone who's got that big contract, like Cale Makar with his 8.5 or 9 million, whatever it is.
What about Eric Carlson?
They're the ones you need to be aiming for. Don't get started on Eric Carlson.
Yeah, but he's got money. You want money?
He's got
there you go.
A ton of money.
Oh yeah,
he's got a ton of money, and it just absolutely sucks for the Sharks because that Pacific Division is really, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And there's going to be a real possibility that they can make the playoffs. And they're going to, and I know.
I really was tempted to put the fucking Sharks. I'm like, I can't do it.
He's going to push all his chips into the center. And go for it. And he's going to be left fucking regretting it because.
I mean, they already have nothing left.
So here's the thing. I'm predicting right now 5 teams will come out of Central.
Okay.
5 teams will come out of Central, 3 will come out of Pacific.
Who's the Pacific?
It'll be Edmonton, Vegas, and take your fucking pick.
Well, I want to know who. That's why I wanted to know who your third team was.
I will say Vancouver right now, but honestly, it could be absolutely anyone.
I picked Calgary, but that was a coin flip. I don't care.
Yeah. It could be Vancouver. It could be Calgary. Shit, it could be the Kraken. It could be Kings. It won't be Ducks.
No,
that's the only team you can pretty much say it definitely will not be is the Ducks.
The Krakens, they're not going to be any good.
And they have a ton of players just on the COVID list as well, so they're going to get off a really bad
start.
They
can't be good.
Tomorrow. They won't finish bottom. But here's the thing. This is another reason why I think San Jose should really, really not go for it. Like, Doug Wilson should just be like, no, screw it. This season's a no-go. There's going to be a team that's going to be really, really bad this season. They're going to get a lottery pick, and it's going to be the number 1 lottery pick. And you're going to get Shane Wright, who is an absolute fucking game changer. Like, unless your team is stacked and you're ready to win, like the Avalanche, like Vegas, like Tampa, I don't see why you would not try not to win just to get right. That guy will change your team. No doubt about it. My only concern right now is that you said it a couple of times, Pittsburgh stink.
They do.
I agree, especially without Crosby and Malkin. What is the betting that they get the number 1 draft pick?
I mean, anybody can get it, right?
How fluky Pittsburgh are. You're gonna have probably 8 teams.
With the fucking crazy lottery rules, though, anybody could get it.
Yeah, any of them teams can get it.
I didn't even know Jay Gensel was hurt. Like, they're really screwed if he's hurt.
I didn't until today either, and that's going to hurt them even further at the beginning of the season.
He's like the one guy I like on their team.
Gensel's not going to be as big of a loss as Malkin or Crosby is.
No, but he's pretty good.
If they're thinking like we're not going to even if we make the playoffs this year, are we really a contender?
Their goaltending is Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
Outside of Letang, they got no defenders.
Brian Burke is very, very smart, and he's like, I've read his book, and he's said a number of times, like there's like 8-10 teams that think they can win the Stanley Cup, but there's only 1 cup. I don't think he realistically thinks he can win in Pittsburgh this year.
No.
In which case, I would not be surprised if they tank.
And he has a great excuse.
Get right. Mm-hmm.
Like his guys are hurt. He has got a great excuse to pull the plug.
But if you then get the number 1 draft pick and get right, or even get a high draft pick, because Matt Savoy is decent as well, and then you have one of them two with Crosby and Malkin next season, you can turn around and say, okay, we're gonna completely be a dumpster fire this year, but next year for the next 2 or 3 years or however long Crosby's contract is, we're gonna go all in again.
That makes more
honestly,
sense.
that's the way the Sharks should have been. That's the way the Sharks should have went. They should have just turned around and say, look, it's a fucking dumpster fire. Forget about it. We're going to get really we're going to try get a really high draft pick, and then we're going to go from there. but they haven't because Doug Wilson is like, no, we can still win. We can still win. Eric Carlson wants me to keep trying, so I'm gonna keep trying. I'm like, fuck Eric Carlson, just forget about it.
I'm with you.
And that's
Fuck
the
Eric
worst
Carlson.
thing. That's the worst thing. No one is taking that contract. No one is taking that contract. Like you're
Nope.
eating.
Nobody's taking Brett Burns' contract.
No, and both of them have what, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seasons left on Carlson's,
I think 4 on
and
Burns,
then
right?
1, 2, 3, 4 on Burns. No
Mm-mm.
one's taking them contracts.
Nope.
No one's taking Logan Couture's contract.
And until Evander Kane comes back, they're not winning shit because he was him and Thomas Hertl carried them last year.
And Hurdle, let's face it, Hurdle might not be there at the end of the season.
He's an expiring.
Yeah, he's a UFA. So
We jumped right into hockey and we didn't even realize it.
And I will say this right now, depending on how things go, if the Avalanche can get a deal done with the Sharks, do not be surprised if Hurdle is an Avalanche by the end of the season.
He's good.
Because one of the things I wrote about in my bold prediction article was I said Comfort would not be an Avalanche come the end of the season.
I'm actually
And
with you.
And after seeing the lineups today, after seeing their opening night team or squad or whatever you want to call it, having him on the fourth line with Sampo Ranta and Alex Newhook, you're basically saying to teams, make me an offer. And if you can get San Jose to retain some of Hurdle's cash to get Comfort in, then it's a real possibility that they get Hurdle, and then everything just kind of moves down one.
He's good. He deflects pucks at the net. He hits people. Makes good passes.
Yeah. I like Hurdle.
He's good.
He's a good player. Yeah.
How do you feel about your Avs? I'm picking them to win the cup. I actually am.
Nope.
See, this is exactly why I'm picking them, because you've given up on them a little bit, so I'm picking them.
Last year was it.
You think so?
Last year was it. Yeah.
I don't trust the goalie situation, but I mean they're still fucking stacked.
Last year, you had McCarr on a entry level deal.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna have to pay McKinnon here pretty soon. And don't get me wrong, the goalkeeper situation is not ideal only because Francouz went down. If you have Kemper and Francouz, you can kind of swap them out, 1A, 1B, kind of like the.
And Kemper's in the same situation as Grubauer was this past year. He's a free agent coming up.
Yeah, but here's the thing, and this is why I don't necessarily. I think I wrote this. I don't necessarily think the Avalanche didn't want to pay Grubauer. They didn't want the term. Because if you're giving him 5 years term, you've only got 2 years left on McKinnon's contract. After which you have to try and make money because he is going to be earning 13, 14 million a year. You've got to try and make that money somewhere. You might as well start now. Especially if Grubauer's not willing to do a deal and do a 2-year contract. They've got Justus Annunen, who they really, really, really believe in. He's going to need another year or two in the AHL. There's no doubt about that. So for the next 2 years, I think the Avalanche just basically fill that position with whatever they can.
But they're still young.
Kemper next year.
Like McCarr's only going to get better. McKinnon, I mean, maybe he's at his peak, but he should still be getting better. I like your guy Samuel Girard.
I like Girard with Johnson. Johnson or Taves, I have no problem with Girard with. You cannot put Girard and McCarr together. You cannot put Girard and Bond.
Well, he's not like tough.
Ideally, you would put, because another thing I talked about is I do not believe Eric Johnson will play a full season for the Avalanche.
Does he ever play a full season?
That won't come as a surprise because he never has. This season though, I don't think it'll be because of injuries. If the Avalanche are smart, they will manage his time. They will manage his time. Like if you have 3 games in a week, play him 2. If you have 4 games in a week, play him 2. You know, because as has been proven by, I think Washington were the last team to win their division and win the Stanley Cup in 2017-18. You don't necessarily have to win your division to win the Stanley Cup.
So you want him on the rope enhanced load management style?
Yes. Yes. Like if they have 4 games in 1 week, play them 2. Play them in 2 and just rest them for the year or 2.
Your internet really stinks.
I'm sorry.
Unbelievable.
As as was proven last year in the playoffs, you need Johnson in the playoffs.
You need
cannot
Kadri
do without
too.
Johnson in the playoffs. You need Kadri in the playoffs. But as much as you need Kadri, you need Johnson that little bit more because he's that fatter figure, that figurehead in the back that will hold everything together. You need him. And if that's the case, stick Curtis McDermott with freaking Samuel Girard for a couple of games. Because that guy is just a bruiser. Apparently he can't skate, can't do anything. He's absolutely useless. But he can hit. So put him with Girard and basically say, you're his protector. Anyone come near him, you take him out.
I like
And
that.
that's ideally what he was brought in for.
I can't believe you have no faith that they're gonna win.
I don't think they're gonna, because I think Vegas got better. I think Avalanche got
Did
worse,
they?
I think Vegas got better. Yeah, they did. I think Nolan Patrick's gonna have a breakout year.
Okay, I'm with you on that one. I think that what's his name? Dadov, or I can't even say his name. He sucks.
Yeah, but if you're using them right, if you're putting them on that fourth line, you're only asking them to play 9-10 minutes a night. You're not asking them to do a lot.
I'm not sure what he does well.
That's all you're asking them to do is just that little bit. That's all you need from them.
So
You're not
you're
asking
saying
them to
be
go
better
out
than
and
Ryan Reeves?
yes, and I won't be in. It won't be. I love Ryan Reeves. Don't get me wrong. Every interview I've seen him in, the guy's hilarious. But
Yeah. He's just not good.
He's not good. Although I think Vegas will miss him this season because he's their enforcer. I think they're trying to get Colasar to play that role, and I don't think he's as good at it as Reeves is.
But
So
Nolan
we'll see how that
Patrick's
works
like
out.
huge. Like, what if he sucks? Because he might.
Nolan Patrick sucks. If Nolan Patrick sucks, Vegas
They're in trouble.
won't be in trouble. They won't be in trouble. They'll come out of the division, and then they'll just have to figure out something.
Yeah, because their division is
Because
a cakewalk.
this is the thing with Edmonton and Vegas. They can both kind of sit back and go, okay, let's see what we've got throughout the season.
Yeah.
Because none of the other 6 teams are beating them.
No.
They're going to be. Edmonton could do Edmonton. Don't get me wrong, but for the most part, like they're making the playoffs. Both teams are making the playoffs.
Yeah.
See what you've got. If Patrick stinks, go out the trade deadline and do something.
He's like one of the biggest X factors in the league right now. He almost has to be good. Because Chandler Stevenson, like, he's fine, but like that's not your first line center guy on a cup winner.
Nope.
I like Carlson, but I mean, he's like a good second liner guy.
Let's face it, that's where they lost to Montreal last year, right?
100%.
Down the middle.
Yep.
And if we had Kadri, I think they would have lost to us too.
I agree. They need
But I
Patrick to
think
be
last
good.
Last year was it for the Avalanche. That was their chance. I really believe that was.
But Vegas is like they're no spring chickens.
They're not.
It's an
and that's
older
why I'm
team.
saying they gotta win. They have to win. They know they have to win.
Yeah.
My only thing with Vegas is, and you said last year that DeBoer outcoached Bednar, but I still don't think DeBoer is a good coach.
You don't?
I don't think he's.
I think he's good.
I don't think he's a good coach.
I love
think
watching him. They got some. Every time I watch him, it's like the ice is tilted.
So, one of the things is, and I think it was probably best that he didn't win the day straight away. He plays a very, very boring style of hockey. He plays a very get the pucks in deep and try retrieve and just keep that going. Like they can be if they want to be, but they don't necessarily like against the Avalanche. All they did was stop the Avalanche. That was their game plan.
Their offense can go
managed to stop the
stale,
Avalanche.
but their defense is electric.
Yes, I agree. It's whether Pietrangelo can repeat this season or not.
He's got some great eyes on him. I think he's a sharp-looking dude.
He's no Killian Murphy.
He's a really sharp-looking dude.
I mean, he's not bad, but he's no Killian Murphy.
I would let him hit on me, 100%.
Petrangelo?
Both of
You're
them.
gonna be in Vegas, dude.
Both of them.
You're gonna be in Vegas.
I gotta live
Get
up
that seat.
to my honorable mention.
Get that seat. Get that seat right by the entryway there where they come on and off to the ice, and just like slip him your number as he's going out onto the
Hey,
ice.
Petrangelo.
Okay. There you go.
What's your confidence
But
in your
yeah.
fantasy hockey team this year?
Not bad. I think everyone went overboard with the goalies, and I can understand why. But not bad.
I agree, but
panicked.
also don't agree.
I panicked. I panicked on the second pick. I told you this. I panicked on the second pick because my second pick was going to be Kemper. And freaking Serenity picked him right before me. And I panicked.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really look. And I was in work and I was trying to get it done. And I wasn't trying to pull the shot and freaking take an hour and a half over each pick. So I picked Barry. And
But the
I
thing is,
regret it.
the thing is, you might have maybe reached, but he's gonna pick up points on the power plays.
I think he'll get 60 points.
He's gonna pick up points. Like, it's not a fucking bad pick.
Yeah, it's not a bad pick. I panicked because McCarr was still there, and I would have easily picked McCarr and then just got someone else.
You got him anyway.
I got him anyway. I don't know how he dropped.
I'm pretty sure you picked him right before I was gonna take him. I think.
I'm sure I did. Yeah, because I think the third time around I would have went just before you.
Yeah.
But I couldn't believe it got to the third round. When I got to the third round, I seen him still there, and I'm like, oh my god, this was meant.
I think he was my next pick at that point.
But you actually did guys in your.
You got to repeat that. Your internet went out.
You dissed on Drew Doughty.
Yeah, I just think the Kings suck. I don't hate
I don't
them.
think they're gonna. Again, they're in a position where they could really, really make the playoffs, and I think they got better down the middle.
I'm not sure he's good other than winning at faceoffs.
Stick him in the offensive zone and let him win every faceoff.
He's good at that.
I'd fucking take him on the odds if he's gonna do that all the time. Just have him take the faceoff and then just push the puck back to McCarr. And we're good.
He's really good at winning the faceoffs. I just don't know if he's good at anything else.
Yeah. I like my team. Like I tried to be like last year, as you called me on last week's episode. You called me a homer. I tried to not pick as many Avalanche players this year. Like that.
Oh, you don't have nearly as many.
No, I have two. I have McKinnon and I have McCarr. That's it. But I tried to spread it out more. I think I have a good team. Like, Tavares will pick up points. Pacioretty will pick up points. Like these are guys that'll score a lot.
What do you think about my team?
Defensive chip in. You pulled a quick one because you drafted two. And I don't know if you did this purposely or not. But you drafted two players that were injured, and then immediately placed them on injured reserve. And got
I did that on
goalkeepers.
purpose. I did that on purpose.
So what's the game plan for if Eichel actually? Because don't you have to player if you take him off injured reserve?
I figure by the time that happens, somebody else will be hurt, and I could just put him on the IR. I mean, the odds that someone gets hurt 3 weeks down the line. Just swap them.
That was a smart move. I'll give you that one. That was smart.
All right. Other than
you still have to explain to me the
Go ahead.
have to explain to me the Carl Harkin.
See, I think with the new cracked out rules that he's going to end up being good. Because I kind of tried to target goalies that were on like middle tier teams that'll pick up maybe some wins, but they're going to get fucking shots flung at them. And we know how bad the Flyers defense is. So if he's like just like better than last year, he's going to get shots fucking flipped at him.
Yeah, but
Like wins don't
If
even
he lets
matter
in-
this year.
If he lets in 4 goals on
Well.
7 shots,
That, yeah.
and the thing is, like realistically, are they going to leave him there because Jones isn't much better?
I think they're going to play hard a lot. That's also
I
was
don't
part
think
of
they
my
have an
strategy. I picked Bennington just because, like, okay, they're going to play Bennington.
Again, they have to. They don't have to
Yeah, that's
because
like I tried to get
Blues,
goalies I
the
thought
Blues
were going to
backup
play.
goaltender. Mm-mm.
He sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be an interesting season. Because as I said, I don't think the Avalanche are gonna win the their division. They'll definitely make the playoffs, there's no doubt about that. But I don't
I
think
mean,
they'll
the
win
division's
division.
really good.
The division is really good. And that's why I honestly think 5 teams will come out of it.
Well, who's going to win the division then?
Because Star Wild,
Who'd you say? Dallas?
Dallas. Dallas Stars or the Minnesota Wild.
I think Dallas
Like,
is
one
sneaky.
of them.
I
I
think
think Dallas are real sneaky too.
I think I'd prefer Dallas over Minnesota.
To win the division?
Yeah.
I think I prefer Minnesota.
I think a
Because-
healthy Sagan's going to be a little bit of a game changer.
Because if you think about it, like, I'd be totally okay with the Avalanche being 3rd in that division. You know?
Well,
Like,
what does it
second
matter
or
as
third.
long as you get into the dance?
Yeah. You know, and like you're looking at 5 teams: the Stars, the Wild, the Avalanche. You kind of go, okay, maybe Predators, Blues, Jets. Like, that's 6 teams right there who could all be in the playoffs.
But are the
Realistically,
Wild
could be in the
good
playoffs.
beyond Kaprizov? Because he's filthy.
They won't need to know unless he gets injured.
Fair.
You know, like again, as long as he stays injury free, they're good. That's like turning around saying are Vegas any good without Stone?
Probably not.
You know, probably not. But they don't have to do anything unless he actually gets injured.
Fair.
You know,
Hopefully Courtney's not bored.
It's all hockey. She probably is.
No,
Like,
I'm not.
realistically,
I'm just listening.
would you put money against the Jets not winning that division?
They bore me to death.
They do. They're not the most attractive team to watch.
They're boring.
Shifley, Wheeler, Hellebuck, Pionk.
I think Pionk's pretty underrated.
He is. And again, he's just one of these players that just goes out there, does the job, and that's it.
They're so boring,
He's
though.
not
I hate
flashy.
watching them.
But so would the Blues, and they won the freaking Stanley Cup.
The Blues are so boring.
You know, like, I would love the Avalanche to be boring as hell this season. If it meant they won the Stanley Cup, I would not give a shit.
The Avalanche are fun to
Would not care.
watch.
They are, but they haven't won jack shit. You know, you can only turn around and go, "Oh, they're fun to watch for so long." Oh, they're fun to watch until they go out in the second round of the playoffs. You know, Vegas are fun to watch until they lose in the conference finals.
Do you think they trade Fleury if they win that series?
If they win the Montreal series,
Yeah.
I think if in the Montreal series they beat Tampa. I do still think one of them will be gone, and just because I think one of the goaltenders will be gone, I think long term they look at Leonard. I don't know why, but they look at Leonard as their option.
That
Which here's another bold take. Fleury's contract is in Chicago is only for 1 year, right? It's only for this season. He spoke on the 32 Thoughts podcast that, you know, he hasn't thought about retiring, but he'll know it when his body tells him that he can't do it anymore. I bet bold prediction: Fleury is an Avalanche next year.
I could see that. Is his contract's
Because
up?
his contract's up with the Blackhawks after this year. It's only for 1 year. He's a Colorado Avalanche after this season.
I
For
just
1
don't.
year. That's all you need
I
him for
don't.
is just 1 year.
I don't know if they trade him if he doesn't fucking that horrible kick in that game 3. That turned the series against Montreal. That was the worst thing I've ever
But
seen
if
in
you
my
look
life.
over the course of the series and over the course of the first round as well, Fleury was the better goaltender.
Yeah,
Hands down, he was the better goaltender. But I think Vegas had already made up their mind that Leonard was going to be the guy they went with next season, because they knew they couldn't carry 2 goaltenders again, because they're going to be right up against the cap now as well.
they already are.
Yeah, so they know they can't. They haven't got the look. They had the luxury of carrying 2 goaltenders.
They would have never
Now
been
they
able
don't.
to bring back Alec Martinez if they didn't move him.
Exactly. And the way they look at it is, we can get a backup goaltender who doesn't need to play as many games for a lot less than what we're paying for. That'll give us the money to get Martinez and also look at some other stuff that we're going to have to take care of down the road.
I hope Leonard
Vegas are
rebounds
all in.
because I like when Leonard talks shit on Twitter. So I hope he has a good year.
Leonard's a great personality.
Yeah.
Like, he really is. He's a great personality. Not as no, I don't think he's as good a goaltender as Fleury is. I just don't.
I'm with you. But I like when he talks shit on Twitter.
Oh yeah. I mean, who doesn't? When people talk shit on Twitter, it's great because it gives us something to write about and something to talk about. And what he's talking about is real. Like, I believe it's real, and I hope the NHL do something about it.
I hope
Because at some
Eichel
point
gets
they're gonna have
traded.
to who though?
I was reading something the other day that the Flames are really interested. I wouldn't hate that.
I just don't know if you're Eichel, are you willing to up sticks and go to another franchise who are going to be mediocre?
Wouldn't you go anywhere beyond Buffalo at this point?
Yeah, but if you're Eichel, you also know that
Like I might consider
wanna
playing
win.
in the KHL if I'm him, compared to the Sabres.
You don't want to play in the KHL. But yeah, instead of the Sabres, it wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah.
But then again, the Sabres, we talk about it. The Sabres, if they get the number 1 draft pick next year.
Oh, they're so bad though. They're so bad.
They are, but you can turn it around so quickly. But you've got to have the right people in charge, which I don't think Buffalo do.
No.
And you've got to know what you got to. So I when I was watching the draft this year, the one thing that popped through my head was teams are picking players just randomly. It's not necessarily what the teams needed. They were just picking random players. They were just, oh well, we see more because of COVID and the pandemic and everything. We see more of this guy, so we feel safer picking him than we do anyone else. So we're gonna pick him.
There's gonna be several busts
rather than looking at what you actually need and going with that, and like really picking your team, really going for it. I think too many teams just whiff them. Like, Ratty dropped to what, the freaking second round or the third round or something like that. Like, that guy's skillful as fuck, but he got a bad reputation as someone with an attitude, and no one's seen anything of him, and no one could go, no sales could go talk to him because everything was being played behind doors. So he gets dropped to, like, I think it was the second or third round he got picked in. Because I remember being pissed he got picked right before the Avalanche.
You were high on the guy the Bruins picked, right?
It was the Bruins. Was it the Bruins he went to?
Lizo? No, I'm saying you were high on him, right? Fabian Lizo?
Yes. Yeah, he's another one that came across as having attitude issues. And it's not wrong. Like, I don't necessarily
I got attitude issues.
But I don't think all these kids have attitude issues. What I think it is they have confidence. They have egos, just like yourself. And they won't let anyone tell them that they're...
I'm misunderstood, though.
They're not good. Where I think if you get, like... these players are not going to sit there and take a scout saying, you know, oh, you need to work in this part of your game, you need to work in that part of your game. They're going to sit there going, I'm playing against men for the last year. Like, what have you been doing? But if they got into a system like the Bruins, where you have Bergeron, Marchand, you know, leaders, real leaders, who people and players look up to. If Bergeron turns around to you and says you need to work on your back check, you're gonna work on your fucking back check. You know, it's.
This is the year for them.
I don't think it's. I don't think it's I don't think it's an attitude issue.
They gotta win this year, or it's like they're in trouble.
Yeah. Yes, but speaking of goaltender issues,
I trust Swayman more than the other guy they signed.
Yeah, until he gets 4 or 5 puck past him, his confidence gets shot.
Probably. Hey, Tuukka Rask is just around the corner. Don't worry.
You guys are pulling a fucking Tampa Bay this year, anyways.
That's gonna happen.
Oh, he's not gonna play for the season, and all of a sudden he's just there.
That's gonna happen.
Oh, look who's back! First day of the playoffs.
Him and Krejci come over.
Krejci won't come back. Krejci passed it. Krejci's so past it.
Yeah.
And I think the good thing is though he knows.
But Rask will come back.
Yes, I do believe that. He'll be back for game 1 of the playoffs.
Yep.
Just like Kucherov was.
It's okay.
Do you think the Bruins win their division?
No. Tampa.
Bruins second, Maple Leafs third.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Which basically renews the Bruins Maple Leafs.
Yeah, but I mean,
rivalry.
At this point, we could just write off whoever Toronto plays in the first round. Like, might as well just send them home anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a win.
Just send Toronto home right away. Whatever.
Like, that is one team I just cannot get a grip of at all. Because they're so freaking talented. And
you can
so
never.
Good.
I'll never pick them in a playoff series until they win. I don't care who they're playing.
Like, I don't get them.
If they played Buffalo in the first round of the playoffs this year, I'd take Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm the exact same way. They could play Ottawa. I pick Ottawa.
Yeah.
Which will be a team that will be sneaky good this year, by the way.
Yeah, but they gotta get Brady Tkachuk back in the building. It's not signed yet. It's a problem.
Yeah, they gotta get that done.
Yeah.
But I think they will, and I think they'll be sneaky. But I don't think they'll make the playoffs just because that division is so stacked. But I don't think they're going to be bottom feeders either.
I think the Bruins could be good, but I'm worried about Charlie Coyle being the second line center. I think he sucks.
Yeah, you could do an upgrade there, but
big time.
It like you've got as a center Coyle, but then you've got Taylor Hall, right?
Wait, who?
Taylor Hall.
Oh yeah, on the second line.
Didn't he resign?
Yeah, on the second line. Yeah.
So.
But Craig Smith is the other guy in the line. Yeah.
That's not a great second line.
No, it's not good enough.
It's not a great. They're like that needs an upgrade. But if you have Pasta go off this year, like I think he will, then you're good.
I hope so. That would be great.
It'll be top line heavy, and then you got to worry about the playoffs. But I think Boston just needs someone to start.
They're a perfect Eichel team.
Yeah, but you're gonna play him as your second line center.
Why not?
I just think it's a waste of his talents.
Why is it a waste?
He needs to be a top line center.
Yeah, but it would only be for this year.
Like that's one of the things when I seen the Avalanche's team today. That's one of the things that stood out to me instantly was that you have Ranta and Newhook on the fourth line with JT Compher, and I'm just like, that is a complete and utter waste. If that doesn't change at some point within the season, there's a problem.
But it would only be for 1 year because as Bergeron ages, you just move Eichel up. Done.
I actually think Bergeron would be a better second line center. I'd play Eichel in the top
Oh,
line.
okay,
Bergeron in
fine.
your second.
Done.
Just because
Easy enough.
Bergeron's a better shutdown player. And you
Awesome
could put that,
defensively.
You could then put that second line out. You could put that second line out against your team top line and not be worried about it being overrun.
That's a perfect Eichel team.
It's not going to happen, though.
No, probably not.
They don't have anything to trade, and they don't have the cap space.
Charlie Coyle. Call it a deal.
Buffalo are bad. I don't even think they're that bad, though. They're not that bad.
What do you think of Jersey this year? I'm kind of curious on your thoughts there.
And if they are going to take that deal, kind of keep up.
I missed what he said.
I think Jersey are going to be good this year.
You think Jersey are going to be good?
I think Jersey are going to be good this year. Yeah.
So you're a Jack Hughes believer.
I'm not a Jack Hughes believer. No. Nico Hischier.
Okay.
Nico Hischier, and as much as I hate Ryan Graves, I think he'll be good in that team because he won't be asked to do what he was doing on the Avalanche. He'll be asked to hit people and be a stay-at-home defenseman, which will be totally fine for him.
You're a PK Subban believer?
No. PK needs to retire already.
Yeah, he sucks.
Like he was fun and everything, but he needs to retire already.
He sucks.
That division though with the Devils, that's gonna be tough. Like I believe they'll do well, but the Islanders will come out of that division. The Capitals will come out of that division.
Oh, I think Carolina's way better than everybody else in that one.
No.
No?
No. I think Carolina got a lot worse by losing Dougie Hamilton.
I do too, but they're still loaded.
They're still loaded up top.
Yeah.
I just don't think defensively they're going to be as good this year. And I think they made a massive mistake in letting Ned go.
I agree with that too.
Massive mistake. And to do it for the reasons they did it, because let's face it, they did it because they wanted to do the Kotkaniemi freaking offer sheet.
Which is
to
so
do
weird.
It for that reason, I'm like, you're just fucking dumb.
Just so weird.
You keep the goaltender who was outstanding last season. And
Awesome.
Still only, 23, 24?
Yeah.
I picked him up in my fantasy last year. He pretty much got me right to that last game.
And it sucks, too, because he's in Detroit now. And I was like, well, I can't fucking pick him now.
Ned to Colorado.
You're going to say that about every goalie.
I'm just pitching goaltenders at this point because I don't know if Kemper's going to be any good. He hasn't filled me with confidence during the preseason. And I honestly do not think he'll be re-signed at the end of the season anyway. So,
what a waste of a first-round pick, and if that's the case.
Dude, I was pissed when Connor Timmins was involved in that trade. Absolutely pissed.
Well, why not do like what Carolina did? Just take a chance on Frederik Andersen to rebound. They paid him like nothing.
I would have, rather than Kemper.
Yeah, rather than that, right?
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, Colorado don't let a lot of shots.
No.
They don't let their goaltender.
Which is why I don't think he's going to be good in fantasy anyway. With these new rules.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't think Leonard would be good in fantasy either.
Vegas don't allow a lot of shots either.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, it's. I'm not confident in the Avalanche this season. I think I picked in my in the roundtable. I picked Boston versus Vegas.
God, that would be great for. That would be great for me.
That would be it. I think Vegas will finally do it.
I'm so excited to go to that game. I can't wait.
That'll be awesome. Just to see McDavid up close.
Hell yeah!
Because I remember going to watch the Avalanche versus the Kings.
We have good ass seats too. $300 for each ticket.
Yes. Yeah.
It's gonna be
I
awesome.
remember going to watch that game and just like this kid behind me every time McKinnon got the puck going. It's not fair. He's too fast. It's not fair. He's too fast. I'm like, do fucking something. Stop him. No
He
one
is a
could get
fast
near him.
fucker.
McKinnon's awesome.
Yeah.
And the thing was, like, you can start to see the nasty side of him coming out, and I think that's just gonna make him even better.
Would you have
Like,
been pissed if I
I'm
took him in
sure-
fantasy?
Yes.
I couldn't though.
Absolutely.
I couldn't though.
I thought you were going to because I was convinced. I get the new rules of the goaltenders, but
I told you
did
that was
not
gonna
know you were
happen though.
picking-
I knew
I
there was
know
a
you did.
chance.
You totally called it, but
Yeah.
I was you don't like you pick McDavid. You know,
I mean, I'm not complaining.
He's gonna put up like over.
I'm not
He's gonna
complaining.
put up over 100 points again this year. Like, he is ridiculous. But yeah, if you'd have picked McKinnon, I'd be pissed. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. If you'd have picked McKinnon and McDavid was already off the board, I had no idea who I was picking. Like none whatsoever.
I don't blame
The way
you.
I was looking at it was if McDavid and McKinnon are gone, I have no idea who I'm picking.
I didn't want to take
probably pick
Draisaitl.
Matthews.
I didn't want to take Draisaitl.
Why not?
Just feel like I'm
Because
getting
you
a
think about it,
worse version.
the whole reason why I wanted Barry and I was going to pick him later on if he was still there, and then I panicked. The whole reason why I picked him is because he's on the power play with McDavid and Draisaitl, and them three guys are going to put up points on the power play.
Yeah. But I feel like I'm getting screwed if I get Draisaitl instead of McDavid.
But yeah, he's not going to put up as many points as
That's what I'm
McDavid.
saying. If I
But
get
here's the
him
thing as
one
well,
pick later, it sucks.
You gotta know as well that anytime Edmonton are in trouble, they're sticking them two out on the ice together.
True.
So
I think I may have picked the mustache guy, Matthews.
I think I would have picked Matthews. But I'm not convinced on like what are Toronto doing this year? Like realistically, what are they doing?
I have no idea.
Like, are they going to play Matthews and Marner together, and
Their
then
GM
a random
sucks.
first liner?
Their GM's clueless.
Yes, yes, it is. Like, but
Clueless.
it got so difficult after McDavid and McKinnon,
Mm-hmm.
and that just shows you the gap. But the thing with McKinnon is like, for the last 3 or 4 years I've been watching him, you can see Crosby. You can see that he works Crosby every offseason. You can see that. You can see little bits of Crosby in him, and it made him a better player. He's more skilled now than he ever was. It made him a better player, made him a tougher player. But I want to say the last couple of training camps, he's been hanging out with Marchand a little bit too much. Because he's starting to get that nastiness. He's starting to get that.
Yeah, but that's a good
nastiness
thing.
now. That's awesome.
He needs
That's
that.
awesome. Absolutely. Yes, exactly. Like throwing a helmet at someone. Fuck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Like,
That lands you on the sexiest man list.
exactly. It does. Right behind Trey Dobber.
I feel like I have to earn my reputation on this like honorable mention list. I got to do something to earn this spot. It's a big spot.
Hey, as I said, I'm just looking to sleep my way to the top. I've got to knock Jackson and Chad off this number 2 perch somehow.
Who says that there is a number 2?
Chad and Jackson.
I don't think there is a number 2.
I think Chad more than Jackson, if I'm being honest.
Chad doesn't do anything though. He openly admits he's just riding my coattails.
Hey, I got no problem riding your coattails here. No problem at all.
Fair. But
yeah, it's going to be a really, really good season.
I'm so excited.
Concerned though. The NHL app has gone completely away. Like it's fucking shit. And ESPN Plus are going to be showing
Yeah.
the majority of the games. How's that going to work? Because
Well, aren't the
last
first 2
season,
games
like-
tomorrow on ESPN? Normal ESPN?
yes, yeah, and then Colorado plays Chicago on Wednesday on TNT.
Something.
Well, my concern is like I won't be able to watch the Avalanche Blackhawks game because I'll be in work. I would normally come home from work and stay up and watch the game. just so I talk about it. Like, if I was on here or I wanted to write about it, I could talk about it. Like, am I going to be able to do that this year? Because if it's on ESPN, all the games going to be on ESPN Plus. Am I going to have a way, like even the ones that are on TNT, is there going to be a replay on ESPN Plus? I don't think they should have done away with the NHL app completely. But I can understand why, like, ESPN wants the rights to everything because they're paying a shit ton of money for it.
I watched a lot of hockey games last year, and I didn't pay for any of them. Should probably cut that out, but
my website has gone away though. You can probably
really, I got one for you.
Do you? Good.
Yeah.
You gotta text me it.
I got one.
I had a really good one that I watched all the hockey games, all the football games, MLB games, the whole lot.
That's what you got to do.
And
I'll send it to you.
I gave it to my brother. He logged in to watch one Giants game, and now the fucking he's gone away. So I'm blaming him. Him and the Pittsburgh Giants.
I'll send it to you.
Appreciate it. So who are you? You're picking the Avalanche for the whole thing.
I'm picking the Avs over Tampa. Just when you think Tampa's going to get
make the playoffs again.
Just when you think Tampa gets their third, Colorado beats them.
See, I think we match up against Tampa pretty well. Like,
you were hating on my Steven Stamkos pick, by the way. I picked him late as hell.
No, don't get me wrong. For where you picked him at, like, you look at it and you kind of go, okay. When you got near the end of that, like,
I want to see where I
asked you, is everyone using that Hughes thing? Because players were getting really fucking hard to pick. And it didn't help that Scott was taking an hour and a half.
I picked him 99th overall Stamkos.
I mean, it's a good pick. I just don't think he's going to be... I don't think he's going to put massive points if he even plays this season. But if he doesn't, just stick him on injured reserve. There's your Eichel pick back up.
Boom.
You know?
I love injured reserve.
The one player from your team, if I had a choice that I would pick, would be Braden Point.
I love him.
I think he's going to be awesome again this season. I really think he's going to be good.
I think him and Aho were by far my best two guys last year, and I have both of them again.
Yeah.
That's why I love my team this year, because like last year, I think I would have picked Aho and Pasternak at like 10 and 11, and I got them at like 18 and 19 instead.
Last year I picked Mikko at 10 and Makar at 11.
Yeah. It's so much easier getting these early picks. I love that I had an early pick.
I have to say, I'm feeling pretty confident about week 1 against Scott. Like, looking at his team.
Yeah, that was a funny blog, by the way. Hilarious blog. I laughed a lot reading that thing.
I haven't heard from Scott, so I don't know which way he took it. He's a college student now, though. He's probably out partying.
He's a frat guy now.
Yeah. That was apparently taking a shit through every freaking pick. And was taking like an hour and a half to pick.
Yeah, that was weird. Do you text people when you're taking a shit?
No.
Like, do you specifically tell them you're taking a shit?
I have to in work just because otherwise they keep calling. Like, look, I'm going to take a shit. Leave me alone for 10 minutes.
Yeah, but like otherwise you don't.
An hour and a half? No.
But like, even if you got it, like you saying something else. Like, even if you have to do that, you're saying like you have to do something else.
I'm stepping out for 10 minutes.
Yeah, that.
Don't call me. Oh, let's talk about your boy Mika.
What do you mean? Oh, he sucks. He sucks.
I was actually really, really glad that they got the Landeskog deal done.
How do you give him $8 million a year?
8.5.
Oh, how do you do that?
That's not good.
No.
Like at that point, you're really looking for him to bounce back. Like really.
Like that would be that would have been a perfect opportunity. How do you not call Buffalo and say, "Listen, we'll just throw you Zibanejad"?
Give us Eichel.
Yeah. How do you not do that? You can't pay him that.
I'll be honest with you. I think the only reason why they paid him was because they have so many ELCs with Kako and Lafreniere and whatnot.
Fair. But, like, he's not close to fucking Barkov.
No, he's not.
No.
I don't even think he's as good as Landeskog, and he got
No!
more than Landeskog. And that's why, like, I was glad they got the Landeskog deal done, because if we're paying Landeskog 8.5,
I've been talking
year,
shit on
then
this
I'd be
guy
worried.
for a year and a half now.
Yeah, but
Remember
I would
last
not be
year he was
surprised if
ranked
they-
6th. He was ranked 6th in fantasy hockey last year.
And did you pick him? You picked him.
No. I didn't pick him.
Did you not?
No. He was gone.
Yeah, no, that's bad.
And this year I think I have to go back to my article, but I think he was ranked 18th this year.
I don't think he's in the top 24.
No.
Like,
He's
I
not
can
even
think
better
of
than
10
Panarin.
pretty
Panarin's
easily.
better than him.
Yeah, I can think of 10 pretty easily that I would pick before I picked him.
Panarin's better than him.
Bad. Yeah, Panarin is going to want to win though as well now. Like, if they're paying Mika that much, New York Rangers have to come out at.
Adam Fox is more
they
valuable than
they just
Zibanejad.
actually have to. Adam Fox is probably more valuable than most of the New York Rangers team right now.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
his value is fucking skyrocketed.
What is he going to get
And
paid?
it's crazy because I think it's got to be close to the McCarr.
Yeah.
It's got to be close to the McCarr deal. So it's going to be what, 9?
You can't give Zibanejad 8.5. That's outrageous.
Rangers did, and they brought in Ryan Reeves.
Did you know like half his point total came against the Flyers last year?
I think I remember you saying that. Per Andrew.
In 8 games.
That's a team that'll be interesting this year. It'll be the Flyers.
Yeah, what do you think his happiness level will be? You should have reset
I
your
think he's
computer
gonna be on the
before
edge of his
because
seat
your
for most of
internet
the
has
season.
been much better this whole time.
Oh, there you go. I think he'll be on the edge of his seat for most of the season. I think the Flyers are going to be one of them teams that will bounce in between playoff places and being completely out of it.
Yeah. I hated the Ristolainen thing.
And I don't know. I don't know where they'll end up.
I'm a
didn't
big
care
Joel
for the
Farabee guy,
Ristolainen
though.
deal, and he needs to be big this year for him.
Yes, he does. I hope he
Like,
is.
he needs, especially now with Patrick gone. Like, you got to do something.
Connect
Yeah,
needs to
they'll be
bounce
a
back
team
too.
They'll be a team that I'll watch this season. Like, I will pay interest in them to see how they do, just because of what happened throughout the off season.
Weird
But then
offseason.
again, their goaltender situation doesn't exactly fill me with confidence. You've got a young goaltender whose confidence will be shot after last season and how bad it was. And you
Yeah,
got
but
Jones.
What if he's good? What if he actually is good? I can't believe I
Carter
picked
Hart?
him again. I can't believe I picked him again.
Neither can I.
I'm writing a blog on it. I already have a GIF made.
It's not about what if he's good. He needs to be good.
Yes.
If at any point during that season, the Flyers have to make a decision and go, okay, Martin Jones is our new number 1.
It's over. It's
Forget
over.
about it. You're
over.
screwed. It's over.
Yep,
Forget
it's
about
over.
it. You're in the Shane Rice sweepstakes. That's what you're in at that point.
Yeah.
Like, fucking hope for the best. But the Flyers will be interesting. I like Ellis. I think he's a good defender. I'm not crazy about Ristolainen, but the Flyers had so many problems last year that in defense and with their goaltenders that you can see why they overhauled. Why they brought in
Well,
faces.
they're leaning on fucking old ass Keith Yandel now too.
Yeah. But here's the thing, like, you can understand to a certain extent if they're not going to play big minutes, you can understand bringing them in because they're character players that will help your team in the long run. Just like P. Belmar was for the Avalanche.
Oh
Like,
my
he
god,
played,
Emma,
what,
Emma
12
Brown
minutes
almost
tonight,
had a
11 minutes
sob
tonight?
story about that guy.
But that guy was a character player for the team, for the community, for the fans. Like everyone fucking loved him.
I
Everyone.
thought Emma Brown
And
was
you can
gonna
see
cry.
why. You can see why. Like when I went to the Anaheim Kings game, like he was the one interacting with the fans. McKinnon looked like he wanted to kill someone. Like I don't know if
That's
that guy smiles.
that's not a bad
Like I
thing.
honestly don't know if he smiles. It's not. But these are your fans, like, little kids like with, McKinnon's my favorite player sign, and he's just growling at them. Have you watched Ted Lasso?
I have not. No.
Okay, so there's a character in that called Roy Kent. That's who McKinnon reminds me of. Just this grumpy, like, I don't care about anyone. I just want to win a Stanley Cup.
What if I'm like really famous one day and I'm like walking down the street? I think I'll sign autographs. I'll be a team
You're
player.
what?
I'll
Yeah,
sign
like,
autographs.
like I remember him being stopped by TMZ last season, or he was captured by TMZ signing an autograph or something, and someone gave him a hard time, and he like really deadly serious turned around and said, "I'm not famous enough for TMZ." Like, you're one of the best hockey players in the world. Like you really are. But
Courtney,
okay,
what do
say
you think if I'm really famous? Like, do you think I'll interact?
I don't know. I think you would. I think you would. Depends.
I think I'm a man of the people.
But I think you might be the type to be, if somebody say something negative, you gonna like come back with something. Just be that type to like, I gotta respond. I have to respond. Am I right?
This motherfucker
I don't have
dissed me like 5 years ago. Now he's getting it. I can't remember what I did yesterday.
Oh,
And you're
I
still,
have a
like,
sick
holding
memory.
beast like 5 years ago.
I have a sick
like,
memory.
What?
I remember things I did when I was 4.
No.
No way.
I can't.
I can't.
I remember like
No.
specific things I did at like 7, 8, 9. No problem.
I only remember like big things.
Yeah, no. I don't even think I remember the big things. Like someone asked me the other day, "Oh, do you remember this?" And I'm like, "No, I fucking know."
I remember being 3 years old.
2 weeks ago.
I remember being 3 years old dancing to Michael Jackson Thriller.
What a song.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where the dance is. A dance minor, isn't it? Dance minor.
Yeah, dance minor.
That's where the dance minor came from.
I was dancing when I was 3 and 4 years old, like crazy. I used to go down my little slide and like start grooving.
Not the little toddler jump up and down and dance, right?
No.
Okay.
I had moves.
Okay.
I think 3-year-old Trey would outdance current day Trey.
You have home videos?
Probably not. I don't know.
Trey's one of them people that you just can't imagine as a kid.
Exactly.
Why?
Like, I don't know. It's just like, are you sure you're not just like a robot or something that was just made and popped into the world at the age of like 20 something?
Sometimes I'm a little convinced I came out of a petri jar.
It's quite possible.
I think so.
Are you actually gonna get on the ice? Are you gonna
What do you mean?
try to get some rink time? Well, there's lots of rinks in Vegas.
Are there?
I think there is.
I feel like I'd tear my ACL.
There has to be at least a couple because there has to be a training facility, which is normally like a family center or something like that.
I think it might get ugly. I don't know if I don't think I can skate.
Ice rink?
That needs to be recorded.
I don't think I can do it.
There is an ice rink.
Oh man.
You've got to do it.
I do have quite the
hockey
list
stick.
that I want to do. I want to do some zip lining,
Like what?
axe throwing, ATVs in the desert.
Axe throwing.
Yes.
Will there be like specific pictures of people on the wall you're throwing at?
Might have to make that happen. I might have to print some pictures just for that occasion.
I don't think I trust you with an axe. I don't trust you with a weapon, actually, full stop.
No, I said the other day Jackson wants to do like gun range. I'm like, I can't be there. Too psychotic. It's not a good idea for me to hold a gun.
There's plenty of gun ranges out there.
You can't do that. I'm too psychotic.
That always tripped me out, because like in Ireland, if you wanted to go out and have a good time, you went to the pub, you went to the bar. Or me and my friends used to go play soccer.
I'm gonna be getting plenty of pool time in.
And then over here, it's like, hey, what do you guys do on your days off? Oh, we go to the gun range.
I'm not doing that.
Psychos. I've never even held a gun.
Me neither.
Held a gun. Never mind.
I don't want to.
Neither do I.
Yeah, no interest.
There's far too many people that piss me off.
Exactly. Who else is interesting? Who else is interesting this hockey season? We'll do like maybe 10 more minutes or something.
Team-wise or player-wise?
Either.
I'm looking forward to seeing the Kraken just to see how they do.
I'm not.
I don't think they're going to be very good.
I don't
think they're going to be very good. But it's kind of the same thing as it was with Vegas. Like, I want to see that crowd interaction, because that crowd's going to get loud.
I like that there's a 32nd team, but I don't care about watching them for this year.
Yeah, like I'm interested just to see how they do. Honestly, with where I am in the time zone I'm in, I'll probably end up watching a lot of Kings, Sharks, and Ducks games.
Ugh.
So I will be keeping an eye on my favorite goaltender, John Gibson.
You love that guy.
Hopes that he gets traded to the Avalanche. I think he's an awesome goaltender. I think he's highly underrated. I think he's a really good goaltender on a really.
Why didn't you pick him in fantasy?
Team.
Why didn't you pick him in fantasy?
Because he's on a really, really, really bad team. Like, here's the thing. Like, I still think he's going to give up a lot of goals. You know, I don't think the goals will outweigh it, but it's. So, I think he gives up a lot of goals, but a lot of them are high danger chances. So you're not expecting to save it. But the Ducks are just really, really bad that they give up so many per game that you're just kind of sitting there going, well, it is what it is.
I feel like
I'm looking forward to seeing Sampo Ranta. I'm really looking forward to seeing Sampo Ranta.
Boy.
But one of the only reasons was I love his name. And
Great
I'll be
name.
finally able to wear my hockey jersey that I bought like 2 years ago.
I might name my first kid's name, though.
I bought a Finland hockey jersey with his name and number on the back of it.
Oh!
2 years ago, right?
I blew it!
3 years ago.
I blew it. Hang on. I should have wore this during this episode.
Oh, you should have.
I should have wore this. Oh, this was a gift from Gavin.
That's for Vegas.
It is. Oh, I should have wore it though today.
You blew it.
I did blow it. Big mistake.
But yeah, I right after he got drafted, I bought that jersey because I just absolutely loved his name. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he does, and obviously New Hook as well. But at the same point, I'm looking forward to seeing how they do. But they need to move up the line. Like they need to move up that lineup. If at the end of the season they're still on the fourth line, then there's something fucking wrong.
I think I'm starting to.
Line at the end of the season.
I think I'm starting to change my mind a little bit.
At the end of the season is Ranta, New Hook, and Comfort, and you're screwed.
I think I'm starting to change my mind a little bit on Vancouver. I think they might be the team that sneaks in.
That stinks?
No, that sneaks in that bad division.
That sneaks in?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, you have the Oilers, you have the Knights. After that,
they got ravaged by COVID.
And the thing is, well, like, you're gonna have Pedersen back, probably at 100%. Hughes, hopefully, you know.
Horvat's pretty good. JT Miller.
Yeah, I can see them being the third team easily.
But I hate the Garland trade so much that I can't put him in. You can't eat that Ekman-Larson deal. Can't do it.
Let's face it, Connor Garland asked for that trade after having his helmet thrown back at him by McKinnon. He was like, "Get me the fuck out of this division. I am not playing against him every year."
But I don't think he's worth eating that bad contract.
He's not.
No.
But when the Canucks up against it as well, like the Canucks, I want to say they're one of the teams that don't have a lot of cap as well. So
But
they're up against it as well.
ugh,
So they've got to be inventive with what they do.
I actually like their goalie though, Demko. You picked him, didn't you?
Yes, yes,
I like
think
him.
I did. Yeah, yeah. My only thing with him is this basically the passing of the torch? Is he their number one? Because again, he's still relatively young, and you've got Halak as his backup.
Yeah.
My concern when you have a young goaltender like that is when you have the experienced goaltender, as soon as the young starter looks even a little bit shaky, that instinct to just put your experienced head in there, rather than letting the youngster try to figure it out.
Trade him to me.
No, you've got 4 goaltenders already.
Yeah, I know.
What do you need any more for?
I can't actually add
You
another
don't need
one
any
unless I
more.
trade one. I'm maxed out. It won't let me add another goalie.
I wanted to. Someone popped up in the chat and was like, "Who got my boy Zegras?" And I'm like, "I'll swap you."
Yeah,
I think I swap
I know.
Palat. Straight swap Palat for Zegras.
You love that guy.
Palat.
Yeah.
I had him last year. He did really well for me.
His name sucks though. Who names their kid Andrej
Andrich.
with an O?
I'm guessing it's a popular name somewhere.
I guess. I might pick Lloyd over that.
Sounds very made up.
But yeah,
Lloyd,
I agree. I think the Canucks are going to sneak in.
So what's your prediction for fantasy hockey? Like, do we have a prediction out of you?
I will take Serenity winning over you
Really?
again this year. Just anyone but you. Anyone but you and Scott. Because if Scott wins, oh my God, we'll never hear the fucking end of it. We thought you were bad. If Scott wins, that like fucking forget about it.
Should I be doing
So I would
those
say
reaction videos for every game this year or just playoffs?
I liked them. They were fun. They were. I don't know if they pissed people off, but they were fun.
So you think
Speaking
the hockey guy Trey videos should be like the whole year?
Yes, definitely. Gotta get some Avalanche players in there though as well. Have you got any Avalanche players in your team? You don't, do you?
No, trade one to me.
You think they're gonna win the Stanley Cup and you didn't pick a single player from the team?
I really only wanted 4 of them.
Which was McKinnon, Rantanen, and
Landeskog.
Landeskog.
Yeah,
You had Landeskog last year and you traded him to me
I know.
for Barzell, who was
I thought
just
he was
as
gonna.
bad.
I
I
thought.
say.
Yeah, I know. I thought Barzal was gonna score way more than he did.
So did I. That's why I picked him. Can we just give a shout out to Alex here for doing?
I don't want to
the
give him
round
any shout out after today.
table? I'm just saying though, that was impressive.
He had great answers. He
Because
absolutely did.
he had great answers, and he wasn't fed the answers from Andrew either. You know,
Mm-mm.
the way you were. So,
That's false. I don't use him for answers.
oh come on.
He was mad at me that I put Provorov on my bust list for fantasy.
I was looking at that going, Trey didn't write that. That's copied and pasted from freaking Andrew. At least Alex put his own effort in.
He was mad at me because I put Provorov on the bust list.
Why'd you put? Well, it's Provorov. I can understand why.
He was ranked like 20th overall too. Like, come on.
So I was looking at that as well. I think what it is they're looking at teams who they think are gonna have a bounce back year, but you gotta look at the divisions they're in as well and who's got better in them divisions. Like the Flyers are in the division with the Rangers, right? Rangers, Islanders, Carolina.
Yeah.
You know, like so Carolina, I don't think it necessarily got better, but I don't think they've got massively worse. Blue Jackets will be a bottom feeder.
Yeah.
Devils have got better. Islanders will be around the same. Rangers have got better. Penguins will probably be one of the other teams that are down the bottom. Capitals are going to be decent again. Like, You're kind of hoping that 5 teams come out of that division.
I think Provorov's he's like messy on the power play. Like I don't trust him as the quarterback of the power play.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And if he's not doing that, then
They-
he's not really that valuable.
They don't have a McCarr or
Exactly.
the reason why I picked Doughty this year is because I think he's going to get a lot of power play time.
That's
And
true.
He hits.
That's true.
And I know the points for hits I think have gone down because it's
only 0.1.
Fucking idea.
Oh, they're whacked
Yeah.
out rules.
Has she been like? I know it's been her 21st birthday and whatnot, but has she been partying a little bit too hard? Like, because these rules are messed up.
I have no comment
Like,
on that one.
completely messed up.
I can't. We'll talk about that one off camera.
Okay,
Okay.
fair enough.
Anything else interesting?
I'm
We'll take it to the hour and a half mark.
looking through the teams, and do you know what I will say? The Maple Leafs might have to be the Maple Leafs might not be one of the top 3 teams in their division.
Florida?
Yeah. And as I said, I think the Senators, if they get Brady Tkachuk back,
They
I think
need
the
him like
Senators are gonna be a lot
immediately.
better.
They can't have him miss 2 weeks.
Yeah, but like Lightning, Panthers, Bruins.
Speaking of
I mean,
Brady,
everyone's writing off the Canadians, but I mean, they made the fucking Stanley Cup final last year.
I should just send in a trade offer for Tkachuk if he sits a little too long.
Do we know who picked him? Probably one of Serenity's
Can
friends.
find out. Yeah. If he misses like a week,
Yeah.
I'll send in an offer for him.
What I think has helped this season is the cap hit, because teams have had to get really, really inventive over how they're going to use it. And listening to Bill Daly, it's not going to go up an awful lot over the next couple of years. You're looking at maybe $1 million a year. So all these teams that thought it was going to go up 2-3 million, that they'd be able to just pay their stars and still have their depth people. Like, it's not going to happen that way.
But that's
Next
why I'm worried about
season
Florida.
for hockey is going to be interesting.
They didn't have the luxury to keep Drieger.
Yeah, but they've got Spencer Knight.
He's got to be good right away. No little rookie hiccups for him.
Bobrovsky is not a bad regular season player.
He sucks.
He's bad, don't get me wrong. You don't want him in the playoffs.
You don't want him at all.
He's
Not
also
at his
not
cap
a
hit.
bad regular season. Like, he puts up decent numbers in the regular season.
He didn't even get picked
So
in
you
our
don't
league.
need. You don't need. Yeah, he didn't.
Mm-mm.
You don't need Knight to be great right off the bat.
Why don't you pick up
do need him to be
Bobrovsky?
good.
Pick up Bobrovsky.
I might. I don't have anything that can stick on the injured reserve right now.
Trade
No,
me
like,
somebody.
They got Reinhardt.
Trade me somebody, and then it'll allow you to pick up Bobrovsky.
No, because we're trading for someone and getting someone back.
No, we'll make it a 2-for-1.
I may have had 2 bottles of wine trade, but I'm not that bad yet. Okay.
We'll make it a 2-for-1. You can pick up Bobrovsky. I'll cut somebody.
I think I'd rather trade with someone else. I might actually trade with Serenity. Also has fucking 4 goaltenders.
I'll trade with you,
This is
and you can pick up Bobrovsky.
Oh shit! I don't think so. Okay. Okay, who do you want? I know who I want.
Who do you want? Yeah, my team's loaded.
McDavid. Trade me McDavid, and I'll give you who you want.
I can't.
Apart
do
from
that.
McKinnon and McCarr.
I can't do that.
You picked Carlson?
Yeah.
We've sat here bashing him, and you picked Carlson.
Yeah, but
I
in
don't get
fairness,
you. I don't get you.
what do you? In fairness, I picked him 202nd.
But Bobrovsky was still there.
I have 4 goalies. I literally could not pick another goalie.
I listened to the Andrew episode, and I don't think you took any of his advice.
I think I'm pretty good at this fantasy hockey thing.
We'll see this year.
My team's way better than it was last year. I know that.
It's not bad.
Oh, don't even give me that. It's way better than last year.
You've got a lot of like McDavid will carry you. McDavid and Pasternak and point.
Last year, Jacob
three.
Trouba was like my number 2 defenseman, and he blows.
Those three, if those three put up numbers, then you'll be fine. You'll
Exactly. Exactly.
But the like, I think I could beat you. When am I playing you this year?
Let's put a wager on it,
Okay.
and then we'll wrap up with that. Who wins the matchup or who finishes higher at the end of the year?
We'll do one for both.
Okay. Well, how many times do we play each other though? Probably a bunch.
We play each other on matchup 5. And I think that might be it.
Really?
Yeah.
No, there's a
No.
I play you twice. I just looked. January 3rd to the 9th, and then November 8th to the 14th.
November. Yeah. So we'll have a bet on that. If I win,
Okay.
you have to wear a Lamar Jackson jersey.
Wait, is this for the matchup or the end of the year? I think I have a good bet. We'll make this the matchup.
Okay. If so for matchup 1, if I win, you have to wear a Lamar Jackson jersey.
Does it have to be a jersey? Because I gotta go out and buy one. Can it be like a jersey, like a shirt one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And then match day 2, if I win, let me see. Courtney, help me out here.
I have an idea. So for the match days, we'll make it the same one. For the match days, if I lose, I wear the Lamar Jackson shirt. For either of them.
Okay.
If I lose either of them. If you lose for the matchups, you have to represent a big unk tank top.
Top.
No one wants to see that, but okay.
And then for the end of the year, if I finish higher than you, you have to buy hockey tickets that we'll go to. And then if you beat me at the end of the year, I'll buy hockey tickets for wherever we go.
Okay. Okay.
That's pretty decent.
That sounds good.
All right.
That sounds like a deal.
All right, we have a bet.
All right. God, I need to win this year now. I need to win this year. The stress levels just went up.
There we go. That's a way to close out the show. All right. Anything else, Gavin? Anything else on your mind? All right.
Let's go Ravens.
Make sure to I'm going to be watching the Sox. I'm not going to have the Ravens game on. I can watch the Sox.
I don't have a TV right now, so I will be trying to get it on my iPad.
I'll send you a link.
There you go.
All right. Make sure to follow Gavin on Twitter. It is G__Daly, right?
Yes.
Follow Courtney's fraud Twitter account, Plumber Courtney. Myself, Trey Dalbert. Still no show handles. Hopefully that'll happen soon. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.